Good morning. This is KELOLAND On the Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
2 women are dead after authorities say they drowned Wednesday night on Lake Henry.
While Kingsbury County Sheriff's Office was out storm chasing, they received a call around 8 that a woman was lying on the beach. The second woman was found later nearby.
At this time, we just assuming the storm come up on them so quick they didn't have a chance to get back to shore.
Neighbors say that the waves were about 2 feet tall and there were also a lot of lightning in the area. Both the women were in their mid-60s and from out of state.
A standoff in southern Sioux Falls ended peacefully Wednesday after 5 days of law enforcement assessing the situation. Lincoln County Sheriff Steve Swenson says the standoff near 57th and Cliff stemmed from a woman refusing to leave her house. But the situation surrounding it actually started last Friday, where the court ordered foreclosure.
At that time, the woman inside the residence brandished a gun at the deputies, so they decided to retreat and let the situation de-escalate.
People get hurt when you rush things, especially in law enforcement. And this is this is real life. This isn't something you see on TV. That we are dealing with real people, real emotions, and there's just no reason to do it. And I think this clearly shows that this was a very successful operation.
Kathleen Clapper surrendered and was arrested on the scene without incident Wednesday afternoon. She has been charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer.
Now let's check in with meteorologist Scott Munt. A hot start to the weekend, Scott.
Well, temperatures today in the 100s across western South Dakota. Some of those 100s will move into central KELOLAND as we go into tomorrow. Here's that forecast today. Waking up to mostly clear skies. That trend will continue with plenty of sunshine for today. Temperatures in the 90s and the 100s. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Senator Mike Rounds introduced a bill to create a new student loan option. Since 2010, all federal student loans have been issued by the Department of Education.
Now, the Affordable Future Loan Program would exist alongside the current system. It's meant to give students and parents another option if they can't qualify for federal aid.
What we looked at is going back to what used to work for a whole lot of people out there, which was a guaranteed student loan, but run it through your local financial institution, a bank or a credit union. And the federal government would guarantee 98% of that loan. So it's easy for the bank or the credit union to make the loan.
If approved by Congress and the president, the program would work with banks and credit unions. Under the plan, the government will guarantee the loans and pay the interest while the student is in school. 6 months after graduating, the student will start repaying the loan over 15 years.
Sioux Falls native Taryn Cloth and teammate Kristen Nuss won all 4 sets of their first 2 matches in beach volleyball at the Paris Olympics.
Thursday, Cloth and Nuss battled China and things started rough. The duo dropped the first set but bounced back with a victory in the second. Then came a lightning delay of about an hour.
Cloth and Nuss followed that with a 15-12 win in the decisive set to improve to 3-0 in pool play. They'll await their next opponent when the bracket is announced in the coming days. And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather update today. Those 90s are back for Sioux Falls. Our hourly planner shows that. A lot of sunshine today across the region, so prepare for hot weather. Let's take a look at the hourly numbers here for the rest of KELOLAND, and we'll jump into the 100s in the far west. You can see that showing up here clearly around Phillip and Pine Ridge, Wall area, Faith, Buffalo. Everybody out here in the west will be well above average. Eastern KELOLAND, we're not quite as warm into northwest Iowa, southwest Minnesota, but we're still going to hang on to some upper 80s and low 90s. Overnight tonight, not much going on radar. Looks pretty dry out there. Maybe a renegade cell on radar this evening in the hills, but it looks like tomorrow the heat will be back. Rapid City, we're looking at temperatures there getting back into the 100s, so that's definitely a big story. Sioux Falls will push low 90s for a high in the afternoon. And then we get to see if any thunderstorms do develop in the northeast. There's a chance that could happen into eastern North Dakota, and then I'll be curious to see if any of that does slip to the south. We'll have a little more of an update on that later today. It's a 20% chance of rain for Aberdeen. Here's a different perspective on that as high pressure kind of slips to the south here going into Saturday morning. Then we pick up this low pressure center coming in from the northwest Saturday afternoon. And again, right in here between Bismarck and Fargo, there could be some thunderstorms. And then I'm curious to see if those clip the northeast if they develop. And there's even a marginal risk of severe weather for that. Sioux Falls, it just doesn't look as likely at this point, but then Sunday, we have the frontal system parked in, and that'll start to drop our temperature. Aberdeen and Watertown, you folks are going to see a reduction, probably close to 80 for a high in Watertown. So we're already starting to feel those effects there. And then that frontal system will kind of waffle a little bit there into Monday. And then you get some thunderstorms coming in from the northwest. And so that rain outlook actually goes up, 60% chance of rain for Aberdeen. And even Sioux Falls will start to pick up some better odds of some scattered rain by that point. 95 this afternoon, Mitchell. That's a hot afternoon. Readings here stay in the low 90s for Sioux Falls into Saturday. A little cooler Sunday, 87. Monday, we'll watch where that front sets up with a high of 87, but also a chance of shower and thunderstorm activity. And more rain is possible there by Wednesday and Thursday. Aberdeen, the front comes in a little faster, so we bring that in on Saturday into Sunday. And look at these temperatures. Next week, we're in the 70s for highs. We're definitely going to cool off. It looks very likely that that will happen. Here we'll also see reduction in temperatures into the 80s by early next week, and there will be scattered rain possibilities Monday. I could easily see more of that coming down the line here from the northwest Wednesday and Thursday of next week, and the Black Hills too. We're going to see these 100s through tomorrow, and then a change, and that'll help us out a little bit. Hopefully some moisture where we need it in the Black Hills. More details on that subject at KELOLAND.com.